I'm feeling really compelled to do a general reading with this deck, which I don't know how to read this deck, so this is going to be interesting. Let's explore this tonight and see where that goes. I kept getting a lot of channelings about Leviathan, like sea monsters, something about deep sea, right? So let's see what this shows here. Something about when we talk about the ocean not being as explored as space is. Like, we know more about space than we do, supposedly, the ocean, which that still blows my mind that that's even possible. Two of Wands here. Interesting. Something's cooking up in the kitchen. Left hand, right hand. Does the left hand know what the right hand is doing? Dichotomy. What is the definition of dichotomy? Does anybody know? Two worlds. Okay, so what do we need to know? First thing that comes up is Three of Cups. All right. Very interesting. This deck wants to talk. All right. Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Sun reverse. Queen of Pentacles looks like the Tree of Life. Oh, it's going to be very rainbowy, these cards. Fair warning, look at that. Oh, she looks like the Tree of Life. There were lots of butterflies. It's almost like Empress-like energy, but it's the Queen of Pentacles. And then the Three of Cups. It's like a sorceress type card. Let's see if I can back this up. Page of Swords. It's almost like, what's that Halloween? The Headless Horseman. And then the Phoenix, the Sun reversed. I don't actually read that as a reversal. I'm seeing it more as like the Phoenix is plunging, like going back into hell for more. Like, I need more fire to fuel me. That's what it looks like there. So this is going to be an interesting read. It is the Headless Horseman. Interesting. It's almost like a four-part energy. Hey, Ashley, we don't read other people's energy without their consent. I know you want to know about Adam. All right, the Moon, Secrets, Jekyll and Hyde energy, and Six of Pentacles. This is that Black Widow energy. This feels like a full stage of characters. Let's see what else we got here. It's almost like the Headless Horseman. This is almost like the masculine and feminine energy. So like the Headless Horseman is the Headless Horseman. Like, he can't see where he's going, but he's the Page of Swords, so he's impatient. He wants to see, he wants to spy, but he only creeps in under the moonlight. Can't fight the moonlight. And then here is, oh gosh, I wish you could see this. This is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is the feminine energy. Planted, rooted, grounded, fertile. And yet she feels trapped. Like, that's what it looks like. Like, she almost resents having roots. Being a tree that bears fruit, but then having roots and resenting having those roots because she can't be free. Meanwhile, then this Headless Horseman, the masculine's just running around with his head cut off. So one is completely ungrounded. The other one is too grounded. So tell me that's not the story of the feminine masculine energies and the polarization, right? So the masculines are not grounded at all. And this is like telling some sort of sub-story there where Jekyll and Hyde, masculine energy from the ungrounding, and then a Black Widow energy. So think like the karmic female energy, the third player. And I feel like this is just almost like a narrator character. I know you guys can't see it, but it's almost like this woman's like, let me tell you, it's like scrying. She's like, let me tell you the story of the feminine and masculine. So this deck is amazing. Lots of interesting, like the Hierophant. Very fascinating. Thank you for the likes. I feel like this is a fun, almost like Halloween-ish reading. And the Four Swords, look at that, that's Dracula. This feels very heavy, like masculine energy. Like the masculine creeps at night, and he's got this like Black Widow feminine, but then he leaves like a trail of women, a harem. Oh, because he can't get grounded in the overly grounded Queen of Pentacles. It's like the Queen of Pentacles is trapped. And the feminine energy and the masculine energy is completely untrapped, like can't be grounded. You love Halloween. Good. Well, you'll like this deck because it's pretty cool here. Knight of Swords. So here's that rushing in energy. This feels like another player. So I feel like while the original masculine energy is kind of in this like Jekyll and Hyde, Black Widow, like I am Dracula, like a creep in the moonlight. Here's this other, think like the Lancelot energy and King Arthur is coming in like fast. And he's coming, like, see how he's slinging the sword? He's going to cut this Queen of Pentacles free. So the original masculine couldn't get his ducks in a row, and this guy's coming flying in from left field, literally. And I like that he has the flames around him because it's almost like oh God, I'm getting a horrible analogy. Like, so think, oh God. So in the Twilight movies, I feel gross for bringing this up, but in the Twilight movies, so Edward did his whole little like emo exit and like abandoned Bella or whatever, and then Jacob came in and he's the one who like got her to liberate out of her like sadness or whatever. That's what this feels like. It feels like a Jacob Lancelot energy, like archetypal, and I'm like, I feel like my teenage self is blushing and bringing up that example, but that's what it feels like. Oh, this is such a weird reading, but I'm here for it. We'll do it. Okay. You're reading my life, I feel like. These are very common, not to like diminish your experience, but these are very common archetypes. 3 of Wands. These are actually very hard to see in the light, but I love it because they're so sparkly. Brownie. It's like the Keebler elf. I need more, but there's a candle, dishes. What is this about? Domestication. Oh, what is this? Hold on now. Queen of Wands, Lilith, and King of Swords reversed. I'm almost getting like deliberate imprisonment, like trapping somebody, like 8 of Swords type energy, like trapping someone. The Lilith energy, that Queen of Wands, is tying into that 6 of Pentacles, that Black Widow energy. And this King of Swords, the King of Swords is always like, I call that the narcissist card, right? Because he's mentally strong, but he's using it to abuse people. Let me flip this up. Which is interesting. He's like a Viking. See what is that little side quest about? All right, let's see here. 7 of Wands, Mummy. So it's almost like an ancient cycle, like to the point that we were talking about earlier with the karmic cycles. Like a tale as old as time. This whole storyline, it's played out so many different ways. It's almost getting like old. It's a mummy. Like it's got its own sarcophagus. It's that old. Like Stockholm. Do you know like the newer Shrek movies where Princess Fiona doesn't get saved? Like there's like a timeline shift. Like someone does like timeline wars. And so she never gets rescued from the tower. But she goes completely rogue and creates her own army and rescues herself. I'm kind of seeing that here. Like the original White Horseman who was supposed to come get her from the tower couldn't get his ducks in a row. He literally lost his head. So he's useless to her and he is stuck in this whole other narrative. I feel depressed in my marriage. So yeah, I feel trapped in it, wanting to move on. That's how I feel. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That's not your ideal. And I'm obviously not a therapist or counselor for marriages. 10 of Swords. Betrayal. Is this your energy? I think I just got distracted. Let me clear that and stay focused. I'm just going to complete this message and we'll circle back to your comment there about your marriage. Let me see what else we got here. Obviously, you guys can't Wait, see all these? Let me tilt it so you can kind of see what's going on. I love these cards so much because they remind me of the foil cards. If you've ever collected like character cards when you were a kid, like I collected a certain type of character card and they had foils, and that's kind of what these remind me of. So it's pretty cool. All right, and last messages for this reading here. Ten of Swords came out again. The High Priestess, the Star, the Tooth Fairy is the Star, the Griffin is the Ten of Swords, and the High Priestess. The High Priestess is shown as like a gypsy, a tarot reader. I know Ten of Swords is supposed to be betrayal, and I'm not getting that here. Like the Griffin, the Eagle, the Lion, it almost feels like a lot of protection. And it's over this little child. Very protected. And she has a fairy godmother on top of it. So two very distinct energies. How does that come into play here? The Empress, Kali, Ace of Cups, and Temperance. I'm just feeling like a lot of Trinity energy here. I don't know why the Ten of Swords is giving like Jesus energy. Like the Jesus and the Mary Magdalene, because Mary Magdalene was given a lot of grief for being kind of like the 7 demons or whatever, but she was more of the third eye school, that mystery school, right? The psychic school. Divine manifestation. The giant whale is the Ace of Cups. The giant sign of Jonah. Wow. Okay. So this took a turn here. So this might have to do, so like the bride and groom of Christ, right? So the Empress coming through as Kali, right? And then the Ten of Swords coming through here with the Ace of Cups and Temperance. And it's under the moon as Temperance. Ooh, this is interesting. So there's like some narrative going on about the timing of all this that has to do with like a tsunami, like a giant wave. And it has a full moon. That's hard. So I don't like talking about stuff like this. So a tsunami coming through under a full moon. And there's something about a whale, but an ancient sea creature probably being revealed in that. But in that timing, under those events, there's the Ace of Cups, the union of those two energies, whether that's internal or external. I'm kind of like, for the way the cards came out, the underlying cards, like the Page of Swords without his head, the Headless Horseman, and then the Queen of Pentacles, it was almost like those were exposition energies. Like, you know, in Star Wars where they have like the different couples, like their generational stuff, this is transcending generations. Big spirit guide and energy here too. Saint Joseph. So, okay. So, you know, the Lancelot / Jacob energy, I'm kind of getting like Saint Joseph energy. This is a really interesting read. Something about a full moon. All right, tell me about the full moon. And the way this whale creature looks under the Ace of Cups in terms of like the sign of Jonah. Oh my God, that's the sign of Jonah. Okay. So hopefully we're recording this, because if this is what it is, right? So the big wave comes and reveals a whale, but it's an unusual whale. See the moss and everything, like the seagrass growing on it. It's been buried deep. And something with the waves is revealing it, and it's under a full moon. But the sign of Jonah is the sacrimony. Wow, I was not expecting this reading to take this turn. Red ribbon. And this Ace of Cups is looking like a reshaping, reforming of Earth. I guess it's the new Earth. But it's also slightly distorted. No, this is all. It went from like human archetype energies, and then it kind of built up to then Kali, and then the Ten of Swords was just the Griffin energy, and then it came into the Ace of Cups, which is the whale, the giant whale, and then Temperance. I know this is astronomically arrogant to hear someone say this, but I'm pretty sure what I'm calling out right now is that what the sign of Jonah is, which is that it's under a full moon, a giant wave, and then a whale shows up, and a whale creature we don't know, and it clearly looks like it's been buried in the deep, and that marks the new beginning. And it's really interesting because the Griffin energy on the left, representing that divine masculine energy, it has like, it's a sword at the top, but it looks like a cross. Kali and the Griffin. And then there's a Tooth Fairy, which is almost like your guardians or whatever, whoever is like blessing this union. Gabriel. Oh my gosh. So the woman here, the Tooth Fairy, is Gabriel blessing it. Wow, I was not expecting that. I thought we were just going to keep it basic today. That yeah, this wasn't supposed to go Book of Revelation on us, and it did. Okay. You've been waiting to leave for 15 years. Oh, so, okay. Let me pull one more card on this and we'll circle back to you. This took a much more serious turn here. But yeah, that's the, and I did post a whale on my, which is channeling 4 of Wands. Yep. That's the new Earth. Think like cornucopia, but like Garden of Eden stuff. So you know how like the Earth is, if you were to go from point A to point B across the Earth, it's like 8,000 miles. And I think the deepest we've ever penetrated the Earth is 8 miles, like through the crust. I almost feel like whatever's going to happen with this wave and shifting, it's actually going to open up a new realm of living. And I know that sounds so out there. Like, don't think I'm saying these things like without context and understanding that the lack of practicality in it. It's just that that's what I'm seeing here. Like new vegetation, new flowers, new resources. So like where old Earth fails and the old things can't live, in the new Earth, there are new things that can live, if that makes sense. Okay. A lot of energy focus. I'm still kind of stuck on that Book of Jonah thing coming in. Six of Wands reversed. It's like a rock monster. I do think this is how. I mean, like when? That's what I want to know. Is if any of this is true, when? So is that what Jesus meant by the sign of Jonah? Is that a giant whale shows up, like an ancient giant whale? Is that what's gonna, and that's gonna be the marker point? I've been channeling a lot with whales lately, and this one, and I feel called to like talk about things like Pangea, and I don't know where that's coming from. What does Jonah mean in the sense? I'm not sure. Like when I hear it, like what I channel is sign of the whale, sign of the whale. And I would like channel like Moby Dick and stuff like that. And one of my more recent videos is a whale. So usually my videos are like accidental channelings. Three of Pentacles. That's the dwarf. And don't dwarfs like mine and go into like caves and stuff? It's like after the big, like the people emerge from the caves, after it all goes down. Yeah, how you wear vineyard vines, nice. All right, 2 swords, 9 of Pentacles. Not relevant. Okay, that was one of the strongest readings I've ever done, and I've been feeling the need to get this deck out, and I've just been like, no, later. Wow. Okay, let's talk about the marriage and feeling trapped. Are you still in the room? The person was talking about that, because here's the deal. Is tarot, like what I just read, like I can't say that's going to happen for sure. It's kind of for entertainment. It's kind of just letting the divine use me as a channel, how they see fit. So whoever needs to hear that message will.